Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today's video is part 2 of the lowering of the truck. If you guys saw my last video, we put the fire pump 2-inch drop coils in the front, new shocks and shock tower deletes. And in today's episode, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a reverse level on this truck. It's already got 2-inch drop shackles. It dropped at about 1.5 inches. So what we're going to do today is actually remove some of the leaf packs or some of the some of the spacers underneath the leaf and make it sit lower in the back. So I have measurements. I'll flash a picture up here after I'm done talking and show you exactly what we got going for the stock measurements, and then I'll show you guys the after measurements of what it's going to sit or where it's going to sit. So stay tuned. Hope you guys enjoy this video. I showed this in my last video, but here's the rear shock part number I'm going to be using, and then here is the bushing number, and then here is the sleeve number. The links will be in the description, so it's easy for you guys to follow these. The reason we're doing this is because if you use the bushings that come with them, when you insert these into the actual shock itself, the bolts from the truck, the stock bolts, will not fit through here. So that's the reason we're swapping these bad boys out. Bigger bushing, bigger sleeves. So go ahead and knock that out on the vise real quick and put these in the truck. Alright guys, in order to achieve our rear drop, what we're going to be doing is using these parts. Really the only thing I had to pay for were the shocks and the U-bolts. You don't necessarily have to pay for U-bolts if you don't want to. You can reuse their stock ones, but you're going to be stacking spacer plates from the bottom of the leaf on top in order to use that U-bolt. When I pull the rear tires off, get the truck jacked up, I'm going to show you guys. These U-bolts are shorter. I want to say the ones in there are a 12 inches long, so it goes from here all the way down to here is what they measure. I got 9-inch bolts, so the thread goes quite a bit further down than what's on the truck at stock. So instead of taking blocks from the bottom and stacking them onto the top and putting the U-bolts back on, I'll be able to remove that stuff and just remove it from the truck completely. Got the bushings put into the shocks. That was fairly quickly. Oh yeah, and for using the for back to the U-bolts, this is the company I use for the U-bolts. They look like great quality U-bolts, pretty solid. Oh yeah, so just let's recap real quick. 9 inches long, 4-inch diameter, and 5/8-inch bolt head. That is what I ordered, and that's gonna pretty much work for what we need it for. So, oh yeah, up here the centering pins, got some new centering pins. These are they're threaded all the way, as you guys can see. That way we don't have to stack washers or stack plates to reuse the stock ones we have. And as you guys can see, the bottom of these are circular. There's no bolt head to the ones on these or the ones on the truck, so a lot of people gum them up pretty bad with vice grips, trying to take them out so they can hold this while they unscrew that. So we got 4 new centering pins, 4 new U-bolts, and I think total this is like $60. So if you're gonna be doing a reverse level, probably not a bad idea just to grab yourself some new U-bolts. And like I said, Stengel Brothers are the guys that I got these from. They are non-refundable, so make sure you order what you need. Well, just got the tire pulled off, and look what we got here. This is unexpected. Did not know I had that going on. So yeah, definitely have to get that booger taken care of. That's a pretty good sized crack. So, we live and we learn. Alright, so without the crack there, let's talk about the leaf pack, what we're going to do here. So, goal is we're going to lift up the jack, put it under the pumpkin. We're going to take off 4 bolts. Then we're going to undo these, the axle will fall, and then we're going to undo our centering pins. What we're going to take out is 1, 2, the overload in this bottom leaf. I will have to remove this somehow. I'm not sure how to do that to get the leaf out, I believe, but we'll mess with it, see how it goes, and get her done. But that is what we're going to be doing. We do have an overload spring. Excuse me, not the overload spring. We do have a drop shackle in the back, but we'll get that taken. I'll show you guys a little bit of that from a different angle just so you guys can see it. But yeah, that's definitely eye-opening. Okay. guys, I meant to show you this before I took the truck apart, but I had forgotten. So here are our stock U-bolts, and here are our new U-bolts. Let's use a better one. That tag's in the way. But as you can see the difference there, and see where the threads stop there and here. So it's going to give us a better opportunity of taking everything out that we need and then putting everything back together like we want. Alright, so we got our little plastic DeWalt clamps holding the leaf pack together. We're going to see if we undo these bolts and see how this thing comes out. Wish us luck. Alright, so I told myself I was going to do 3 springs and a bottom plate for the centering pin, and that's what I'm going to do. I've never seen this before, but done on YouTube, but apparently I'm thinking you have to pull or cut away this hanger thing. It's riveted in right here, but I'm going to cut it with a cutoff wheel on both sides. Hopefully it'll drop this last leaf spring, and I'll have 1, 2, 3. So we'll give it a shot and go from there. And there's also our lowering shackle we talked about earlier. Well, success. That's what we got. Got a leaf, an overload, and 2 spacers. We're putting it back together with 3 leaves, 1 spacer, just for the simple fact that it has the centering pin in it, and we'll get it reassembled. Alright guys, so it's later in the evening, we're wrapping it up. Truck is out there in the driveway, and as you guys can see, it's probably a little bit better image now, but there's no sun shining down, but you can see the front. She's up there pretty decent still, looks like. I'm not sure if I got the full thing out of that, but I really haven't drove it that much. The back, you see the shock under there, they're not connected. Those are old shocks, I haven't put the new shocks on yet, but the back has got a substantial amount of drop. I'm gonna measure it real quick and see what we got and kind of tell you where we're at. So this one originally was a 9-inch gap from wheel well to here. We are currently at 5 3/4. So 5 3/4 is the current gap, so 9. So we lost 3 1/4 inches drop, so that's pretty good there. Over here was 8 7/8. Let me see what we're gonna look at real quick. We're right at 6, so 2 7/8 of a drop. And I'll show you guys the backside real quick. Everything looks pretty good. I mean, our bump stops are like right there. This is wild looking, but like I said, still need to put the shocks on. These are the old ones. And haven't really drove it yet. You guys saw it break earlier. Need to get that taken care of. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Probably here sometime this week. Get the truck back on the road and then kind of just drive it a little bit how it is. I still don't know how I like the stance. I may have to put the other leaf back in, but we'll see. I'm just kind of still up in the air. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Alright guys, so that is going to wrap up today's video. It's probably took me about 2.5 hours to knock out everything on the rear end. I did it real quick here in the garage. I hate working on vehicles on jack stands. It's just something that I fear that, you know, the damn vehicle's going to fall off of there. It's always been one of the things that I'm not fond of doing. Being on a lift is something different. Being on a drive up 4-post lift is different, but I'm just not a big fan of jack stands and vehicles on jacks. So had to knock it out real quick. The front, I'm still kind of up in the air what we're going to do with that. Hell, I do not want to cut those coils if I don't have to, but Firepunk's website says 2.5 inch drop coils. They came labeled as 2-inch drop coils, and they were about a 2-inch difference from the stock coils. So maybe this will settle a little bit. Like I said, it's only been a couple days since they've been installed, but let you guys get one more view of her. But let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think of the stance. It is a little bit, I want to say it's about 2 inches bigger in the front. Man, not a fan of it. I wish it would go down a little bit. So hopefully that happens sooner than later. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And once again, appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys checking out the channel. If you guys haven't been here before, make sure you get down there, comment, like, and subscribe. And until then, we'll see you on the next upload. Have a good one.